So me as the director, on these small projects, I always have the final say. Or as I mentioned, working with the band, we'll find that happy medium and we'll say, yes, this is good to go. As you mentioned, there's studio execs, there's showrunners and everything. So I guess this goes back to what you mentioned earlier about the hierarchy. Let's just reiterate, who gets the final say on which version of that TV episode goes to air?
On a large television show, it would ultimately be the network and the studio deciding together that, the episode can be locked. Because, like we were talking about earlier, creative personalities could cut and recut for as long as you allow them to, with the intention of making the show better. But if you don't stop that at any point, with a schedule or a deadline, that could take up a lot of time.
Right. Again, so this is going way back to the very beginning. Establish that hierarchy. Somebody needs to have that final stamp of approval. And, that's also part of the deadline, because whoever gets that final say, will put an end to the constant editing. Because, there's a saying, and this goes for any type of art. It says, art is never finished, it's only ever abandoned. Because every project I've ever done, I look back and I see changes I want to make. But at some point, you have to let it go.
Yeah, and that could be a lesson to you as the independent filmmaker. If you have written, directed, produced this entire project on your own, you may struggle with crossing that finish line, and there's not going to be anybody there to stop you. So you have to be mindful to make sure you get the cut to a place that you're happy with, and potentially suppress any feelings that you have that it's not perfect. That happens all the time, and may never be perfect, and it may be impossible to make it perfect. So you just need to find that happy medium where your project is in a good place that you can move forward. Otherwise, you'll get hung up there and potentially never move forward.
Now, if you are the editor, the director, the producer, you are the one that gets the final say on everything, it's very easy to get so wrapped up in the piece that you're editing. So what you really need to do, and this has, been so helpful for me, is you need to show it to other people. And don't just show it to, your friends and family that are gonna pat you on the back and say, oh, that's amazing. Give it to other filmmakers, give it to people whose opinion you trust, and also who you trust to be brutally honest with you. They will tell you the parts that are crap. They have no problem, they don't care about your feelings. You need to find those type of people that are willing to give you the hard truth, because that's the only way you're gonna know if parts of your film don't work. Trust me, the audience out there, they're ruthless. They will not hesitate to tear your film apart and to point out the deficiencies. So if you are the editor, director, producer, you need to do what's called test runs, test viewings. Let other people see it, get the feedback from them, and then move forward before actually just releasing it.